worked with the Human Synergistics toolset probably for about 15 years now and run a number of different key initiatives using essentially all of the toolset, from management impact to leadership impact to LSI to OCI and OEI.
It really made me think about how critical good character is in building a really good culture.
What I have really valued about using the Human Synergistics toolset is the awareness that it gives people. And so what I've seen happen with the Human Synergistics toolset is it gives you a really good anchor point to start a critical conversation about culture change and behaviour change.
People can show good character when they're in a boardroom or in an exec meeting or they're on display. But what's actually happening when nobody's watching?
One of the initiatives that I ran in a previous organisation was the Ripple Effect program. And the Ripple Effect program was all about leaders understanding the ripple effect that they're having on their teams and on the organisation. And in that particular initiative, we ran LSI 1 and 2 for our middle level managers and then did a retest in a couple of years' time. And the impact was transformational. Not only was there huge shifts in the blue, but it resulted in quite a significant change in culture, in performance, in compliance improvement because of the awareness that it was giving leaders about their own impact.
It is in those moments that we really observe somebody's character.
What I like about working on culture and leadership in tandem is it propels you faster if you're working on them at the same time. And what I like about what I call systemic culture change is it allows leaders to get this traction a lot faster because the things that are in their way, so say for example, you take something like delegations. If delegations are too tight, okay, and it means that leaders aren't empowered. Now, if they're working on their own style, their own behaviours, and if you're fixing the delegations for them so that it's where it needs to be, they can actually move a lot faster than if you're only focusing on behaviours. So I actually think ideally you would work on them at the same time. And if I was writing a playbook on it, I would say actually get a test of your culture first, get your baseline of what your culture is, and then plan your culture and leadership program so that when you do your retest, you can see how far you've come.
It's rare to find people who've got everything. If they are well balanced, they're still going to have a strength in a particular area.
The impact that I've seen it give on performance is, one, improved performance, and particularly it's interesting. I've really seen it make a difference in risk, managing risk. And what I'll say about managing risk is you need to manage it. Now, you can be too conservative and have a risk-based culture, or you can manage it from the perspective of knowing and understanding your risks and still not letting that affect performance. So I've seen it really improve and kind of almost set the right standard around risk and compliance and really propel a business forward. So in the example that I was giving around that Ripple Effect program, it really helped us to get a fit-for-purpose risk culture, if I can put it that way.
It's a different energy. Growth and managing compliance in your foundations, it's a different pace.
I think when people can see how their own leadership and their own behaviour, the impact that it has, is they care about it more. Some of the biggest penny drop moments I've seen leaders have is the actual impact that it has on themselves, is getting that LSI 1 right and getting your own signals right is actually critical to your own happiness, to your own well-being. You then multiply that through the organisation, it has huge impact. So people really start, I think, to care about the impact on culture is when they see the impact that it has on themselves and their own lives beyond the organisation.
It's about focus and clarity.
I think how the diagnostics have impacted me personally, and as I said, I started working with the toolset about 15 years ago. It was probably the catalyst to starting a journey. My first LSI was with DB literally about 15 years ago. And I wish I could say that I was finished on that journey. I'm not, because I think the signals around the LSI 1 changes with the different roles that you have. It changes with promotions. It changes with life changes. So I think what it did for me was it started a journey of continually working on, well, actually, when are my signals out of whack? And how do I go about retuning myself so that I'm fit for purpose for whatever job I'm doing, whether it's motherhood, whether it's being a wife, or whether it's being an executive.
Be really clear about what those things are.
I really enjoy working with Human Synergistics. I come to the conferences most years. I really enjoy working with DB. I'll give it my DB.
Culture and leadership allows us to adapt in this rapid changing world we live.
So that's what I really enjoy about working with Human Synergistics is I enjoy being part of the community that Human Synergistics offers, not just the toolset.